Hello students, we are going to discuss a very interesting topic today, marketing of library and information services. Well, this topic is, you can say that it is a part of the management, but this topic will take you through a journey of that how marketing is useful in the library and information service domain. Marketing is a philosophy, is the management process which identifies, anticipates and supplies customer user requirements efficiently and profitably. This was given by Chartered Institute of Marketing, a renowned organization. Marketing is the process of planning and executing the conception, pricing, promotion and distribution of ideas, goods, services to create, exchange and satisfy individual and organizational objectives. This concept was given by the American Marketing Association. Now, when we look at the key points of marketing today, as I have defined in the previous slide, that it is a process, it is meeting the customer user requirements, it meets the organization's objectives, it is an exchange process. Why we call it an exchange process? Because a value change takes place, exchange takes place between a supplier and a customer, and it applies to the ideas, the goods and the services part of it. You know who is he? He is said to be the renowned marketing guru of the world, Professor Philip Kotler, a renowned person who has coined the term marketing. Along with, he has also given the several work in his contributions throughout his life. One of his major contribution is marketing mix, which we are going to discuss in detail in the subsequent slides. Professor Philip Kotler has, in one of his book on not-for-profit organization, which is where the marketing theory applies in not-for-profit organization, he has talked about that how marketing concept is useful in the field of not-for-profit organizations, such like, for example, like library and information centers. Now, is it a marketing a new concept? That is a basic question. No, marketing concept in library and information science, it is a very old concept. The first article, it was published a long back by Lutie Stearns, established hundreds of traveling libraries in Wisconsin, and this was the first one-page article. You can see that railroad traveling libraries between 1895 and 1914, she has set up large number of, Lutie Stearns have set up large number of libraries in trains in a small closed box, where she has kept some books, so that the passengers who are traveling through the train, they can read those books and can relax on it. That kind of a concept came in the marketing of the library and information service aspect by Lutie Stearns. It was started. Let us look into the Ranganathan versus marketing now. Library resources are for use. If a resource is not being used, it should be either eliminated or marketed. Every customer, here I am going to use the word user and customer simultaneously. Every customer, his or her library resources. It is not enough to make customers happy, we must delight them. There is a difference between happy and delight. Do more than they expect. So, you have to reach their expectations and also to go beyond their expectations. So, that is very important, that how you go beyond their expectations. Ranganathan also talked about every library resource, its customer, and in which it is included positioning. How do you position your entire library resource for the entire user, and branding, it is a very also important. Save the time of the customer. The librarian's mantra, like better, cheaper and faster. Better is a subjective, cheaper is often irrelevant, but faster is a measurable benefit. And in many libraries today, the faster component means how best or how fast you can provide a service to your stakeholder, to your users, to your customers, it is an extremely important aspect. Ranganathan versus marketing. A library is a growing organism. This is the fifth point. Nothing is constant in this world. Make it easy for your customers to tell you what you will did well and what was done poorly. So, you give him keep a transparent picture with the your stakeholders, your users, and they should be able to understand if there is a constant, spell out to him and tell him that these are the constants, I cannot do it. So, it is very important to keep a clear image with the customers, because they are extremely important for you. So, your customer are like God. So, they exist because you help them out in different problems with them. So, you need to understand, you will do much more relationship, many things with the customers. In the subsequent slides, we will discuss more on this. Now, marketing objective is, which is what we call it as a SMART concept. It is going to be specific or focused, giving details of the products and market segments. It has to be measurable, as we talked about. It has to be quantifiable, achievable within the context and resources available, relevant in what they contribute to organizational success and are aligned with the objectives of the organization, objectives of the library and information centers, timely, so that actions are taken at the right time. So, SMART, SMART. So, these are some of the extremely important objectives as far as the entire marketing concept is concerned. Now, the question stands, why study marketing for libraries? The use of phrases like increasing your library's presence, the visible librarian, and customer driven services demonstrate how marketing concepts are being woven into the library profession. If you do not market your services, you may be missing new or current users who might benefit from your programs. They might not aware that you provide reference services, check out movies, or have full text articles available from their favorite magazines and journals. So, you are making them aware that these are my resources, these are my services, and I am here to serve. So, this is how, so this is extremely important for every library information science professional today to study the marketing concept and how they are applied in the different library aspects. Now, marketing in libraries, if we look at it, it is a mindset, affected the values, behavior, assumptions of providers of the service. It is a management style, including the staff manners, appearances, interior and exterior designs. We will see many of these examples also. Language of the organization as a whole spoken with the customers, and the way service is delivered. A set of techniques that are necessary to formalize marketing into libraries. A customer focused approach, where customer is the pivot of marketing and all efforts must address meeting customer needs exceedingly. Marketing activities. There are several activities of marketing which we are going to discuss now. First is promotion. Promotion is used to gain participation by encouraging people to take advantage of library offerings. Branding involves establishing a link between the library and the logo, slogan, phrase, and developing a profile, and can be used to build loyalty. Public relations involves building long-term positive relationships between patrons and libraries. Marketing activities also includes like publicity. Publicity is a way of communicating messages to the public. Advertising calls attention to the products and services available through announcements. Advocacy, which is an extremely important area, generates support for specific proposals or issues associated with libraries, such as funding and privacy rights, through getting people who have good opinions about the library to speak or its behalf about the value of the organization and its services. Because in marketing there is a very important concept called WOMA, that is word of mouth concept, where if you do this kind of an advocacy and you help many of the customers and address their expectations. So, what happens? They advocate on your behalf to others, which spreads like a viral. So, it is extremely important. So, need to understand what is exactly the advocacy stands for. Now, what is this marketing process? Marketing process like marketing research, know the library and its users, market segmentation, focus on the needs of a particular targeted group. So, you need to know whom you are addressing. Service identifications, create a product or a service that is specific, I am using the word specific user segments want. So, it is almost related to the previous point. Marketing planning, market planning, design a plan to market this product or a service to targeted users. So, whosoever is your targeted users, you can send them out. What is the marketing process? It is relationship building. You build loyalty and develop an ongoing relationship. So, you build a relationship with all your users. So, all your stakeholders, it is a very extremely important. Communication, publicize, promote and advertise the product or a service which you are bringing out from your library. So, you bring it out. And services review. So, review and evaluate progress to ensure that quality service continues the cycle with other products and service. So, if you have developed a product, if you have developed a service, it is extremely important to review that and take the feedback of each and every user whether that service is effective or not. If the customer says, no, your service is not very effective, so you need to relook at it, you need to review it and make the necessary changes into that. Now, what is exactly the service marketing? Libraries offer a wide range of services such as providing access to electronic databases and offering storytelling programs. These services create value and provide benefits for the patrons. Service marketing is the process of connecting the library services with library customers. Now, characteristics of a service marketing: no customer ownership. In a library setting, customers derive value from the different kinds of service without obtaining permanent ownership of a tangible product. Patrons check out materials, obtain reference services or participate in book clubs. However, they do not actually purchase a product. What is intangible products? Although library clients read books, use databases, go for different kinds of games, service performance is intangible. The benefit comes from the knowledge of experience gained from these respective activities. Customer involvement, this is very important. Many library services involve the client as an active participant. For instance, reference interviews are an important element of reference services. People as a part of the product, the customers become part of the service. Although service may be face to face, increasingly libraries provide virtual services as reference services, online homework help and distance learning workshops. So, sometimes the people are themselves, their requirement are considered as a product. Variability in inputs and outputs, because services may involve a variety of staff, volunteers as well as other patrons. It is difficult to control the quality of services standardizing procedures. Difficulty of customer evaluation, experiences can be difficult to evaluate by matching needs to specific services. Features are easier to examine and different distribution channels, like libraries have many ways to disseminate information. Increasingly online communication and interactions are important services. Now, there is a concept called social marketing, developed in 1970 by Philip Kotler and Gerald Zatman. Social marketing uses the use of marketing principles and techniques to advance a social cause, idea or behavior. Later on in 2011, Nancy and Kotler stated that social marketers object to influence behavior in one of our areas. Now, what is a social marketing? Accept a new behavior, reject a potentially undesirable behavior, like plagiarizing information, modifying a current behavior, increasing the physical use of the library, abandon an old desirable behavior, using Google rather than databases for quality contents. So, these are some of the components. Now, how market planning and strategic planning are related. So, planning is a very important, when you do involve into a planning process, marketing planning process, some of the things you need to go into is the process of designing and organizing the task required to achieve a goal. A plan is created, refined and updated to assist in this process. Planning is an activity woven throughout the library and information science profession. Both strategic planning and market planning involve understanding the client needs, develop a vision and mission, and designing and implementing activities to meet goals and objectives. Now, we will discuss, there are 4 P's which of marketing mix given by Philip Kotler, but here we will discuss 8 P's of them. 8 P's means product element. Librarians must focus on the information resources as well as delivering quality services associated with these materials. Like for example, the library may provide access to quality databases. Place, cyberspace and time. Like for example, a book club might be offered face to face at a particular date and time. So, while an online club might be available 24/7. Process, where poorly designed websites make it difficult for patrons to locate resources and information. Sometimes even they poorly designed, and the services may be designed in such a way which is a cumbersome process for the customers. So, it is extremely important to understand those processes also. Productivity and quality. Productivity involves how inputs are transformed into outputs that have value. Quality refers to the degree that the service satisfies the customers. Simply providing reference service is not enough. These services must be effective and high quality to satisfy customers. Many library services involve staff and volunteers. Like medical librarians have a wealth of experience and knowledge that can be useful to even to the hospital staff. Promotion and educations. Find out different kinds of Google or different kinds of communication strategy to promote your service. Like many new college students are unaware of the service provided at the academic library. They are related, they are attached to the Googles. So, tell them, do an information literacy program for them to understand that what the best of the services can be provided. Physical evidence, quality library, products, service can be overshadowed by worn out facilities. The facilities which are includes, we will see some of the examples like in building, landscape, furnishing, shelving, equipment. These are the things which attracts a lot to these people. And then the pricing. Like for example, a user's cost. Library services are offered at no cost to patrons. Some costs may be associated with the classes and programs offered by outside consultants. So, provide a night drop box are not limited to open hours for returns. So, there is no restriction for them, they can return it anytime, anywhere. So, there is a Google where basically the web search takes place, and now is the library. So, library is a place which has to act as a Google, their portal has to act as a Google. You have a large number of library users which can easily, a librarian should be able to address those things. So, please try to understand this particular image which is given here. Now, 21st century is looking into marketing aspect. Marketing does the marketing, to everyone does the marketing. From organizing by product units to organizing by customer segments. One promotion fits all approach. So, you need to understand from organizing the product units to organizing by customer segments. So, customer segmentation is a very important thing in that. From building brands through advertising to building brands through performance and integrated communications like publicity campaigns and all. From focusing the profitable transactions to focusing on customers' lifetime value. From being local to being global, both global and local, that is a very important thing. So, in a librarian's view, you can see from the it is got books, articles, databases, reserves, several things, but a users he go to Google, email, friends, textbooks, Google course websites, library websites, assigned readings. So, you need to understand the different viewpoints from a librarian's point of view and a proactive point of view from when you look at it from a user spectacle, how does it look like. Now, these are some of the ways that how the promotion of the library takes place, like newsletters, face to face, website, mail, email, posters, telephone, these are the some of the ways the entire concept of communication takes place and how you can communicate to your different stakeholders. These are some of the promotional materials which are developed by the OCLC. You can see you do not need to look farther when you look for a particular promotional materials. Each and every promotional material is customized based on that. So, it is extremely important which particular type of promotional material or communication material you are using for what kind of segment. Library pamphlets, this is nothing, a library pamphlet pocket carrier giving all information about a library. So, you give it to the user who visits to your library, it is made in such a format that he can keep it in the pocket and he can carry it. And in this pamphlet you can see each and every important component or each and every information of that particular library is given in a nutshell. So, he can carry that information with him. So, this is extremely important and this is extremely important as a branding purpose also, because every library should bring out this kind of pamphlets or this kind of modules. So, it is extremely important and the content specifically which is written in this pamphlet, that is also most important in case of different kind. Promotion of resources. So, basically in your websites, in your, like for example, currently different kinds of portals are created, then different kinds of handouts are created. So, these are some of the promotional resources also which are extremely looked into. If you, I mean like for example, this talks about like when you are, this is from WorldCat, they have made a promotional material, like if somebody is looking for an article, which particular place he should go in the website and where he should look for this information. So, this is extremely important to understand where these informations are all available. So, this is a handy tool and a promotional material for that person. In a library there are several kinds of stakeholders. It is sometimes even the kids, like there are several kids there, you can call it, when you in a school library you want to create and you have to prepare some kind of an environment in the library, so that your children, they come and they get all their informations, all their resources, they should incline towards your library. This is a very interesting poster was created and it is also available in the website too, that if you want to chat with the librarian, you just get connected, the different kinds of e-resources which are available. If you want to have photos, the books and the movies, who is your answer? Your answer is library. So, this was made exclusively for the different kinds of kids who are coming to the library and they are searching for different kinds of information. So, it is a service which was developed by the Pennsylvania Education Office of Commonwealth Libraries and is hosted in HSLC. So, you can see that how much user friendly and a branding component was created to attract, to market to the different kind of stakeholders, like in this case it is for the children. This once again for the photo libraries or the electronic library, the photos and the documents which are available. Explore thousands of digitized documents and photographs from unique collections in institutions across Pennsylvania. You will be amazed where to find what. So, you can see how beautifully this has been created and the the color, the color combination, the picturization, the format, these are the different kinds of contents which are all given here. They are extremely important for any stakeholders to get attracted to that particular library or to look for such kind of resources. So, you are making it convenient for each and every user not to go to anywhere, but to incline towards the library only for any kind of resources. So, it is extremely important you create that kind of an environment for this, whether it is in the digitized form, whether it is in the physical form or whatever it is you like that. So, this is another extremely important component which was prepared here in the website. You can see, I mean, if they want to do some kind of a collections of resources, it has been customized in that way. So, this is very important for this. This is a very important for the library branding. Branding is a very important component. See, this t-shirt, where it is basically wearing this t-shirt, people are marketing the library concept. So, need a value, I love my library. So, you can also develop a similar kind of a t-shirt for your library, it is a customization and all, or a tote bag which is basically I love my ICT library. So, wherever these people are going, either they are wearing this t-shirt or they are carrying the tote bag, automatically your library branding is created and your library is getting marketed. This is an extremely important picture, that this particular picture shows, this was taken from the National Library of Singapore, where you can see a kind of climate which was created for the entire children community inside a library, and how they always say you create an ambience, you create a place for the users, for your customers, for your stakeholders, irrespective of the age, they will come and they will visit and they will explore the resources. So, see how friendly nature has been created into this entire thing, and it is so cozy, so so user friendly, so interactive model was developed by them, and it was very popular, and all the children, whichever way they find it comfortable in reading, writing, using the resources, they are all sitting together inside a library, creating an attractive users. This is another example, a kind of different kind of an environment which is created, and these are created through different kinds of waste materials. In fact, that plant tree which you find, these are created with the help of different kinds of waste, waste material of, like for example, plastic bottles, they have been created. So, see, you create an ambience for your different kind of stakeholders, and they will come and get attracted to your library. You do not need to do anything, it is an ambience which attracts all the users. So, and the kind of resources, the kind of services you provide them, that is very important. This is a library another. See the infrastructure, see the landscape of the library. Automatically your user gets a comfortability place, and your user gets a place to sit and get attracted to all the resources. They spend hours and hours and hours of time in exploring the resources when you give them a comfortable sitting place like this. So, this is a bus which goes to door. This is a bus library. In this bus, you have an enormous amount of resources, they are there, and people are flooding in, people are pouring in from different places to come and read the resources, and how beautifully this entire bus was created for having all the resources at one particular place. So, the most important thing is how you create an extremely environment, a extremely attractive environment for the stakeholders to come and join in these kind of libraries. So, the most important thing is, in a library environment, marketing plays an important role. You need to understand there are 8 P's of marketing we have discussed, out of which 4 of them are very important. Let us reiterate them: product, price, place, promotion. Do a lot of concentrations on what are the product and service you are going to bring out. What are the kind of pricing you will look into it? What is the place? We have seen a large number of examples in this. What are the different kinds of places? How you create an ambience for all your stakeholders, make them a comfortable life in that, so that they can have an enormous amount of resources. They can find themselves very easy for their own, that is how create an ownership among your users. You create a place, an ambience for them, they find that this is my place, I want to get it relaxed here and read the resources, explore the resources. So, you need to understand the needs, the wants of all your stakeholders. If you are doing it for your university institutions, it is a different type of stakeholders, you need an academic environment. If you are doing it for the children, for kids, it is a different environment. If you do it for a corporate setup, it is a different environment. If you are doing it for very small children, it is a different environment. Or if you are developing a marketing library like a bus like this, so it is also a different environment. So, it is extremely important for all of you to understand that marketing is an important component in the life, because every library should have a proper, what we call it as a proper library market, and every library should come up with a marketing planning. You should have a kind of, some of the libraries should create a vision document in which marketing should be one of the important component embodied in it, because if you embed an important concept in it, it is extremely important that you can come up with such kind of a thing in your marketing. Thank you very much, students.